This is the Arsenal of old.
This is the one that started the season.
Yeah, listen, we've been praising Arsenal for the last 6 months about how they're building, how they're doing this, how they're passing the ball well. They look like a good, solid unit now. We've said lots and lots of great things about them. But today, in the first half, they looked like the old Arsenal. The Arsenal that had nobody leading them, nobody telling them what to do. And yes, they are inexperienced, particularly the three, in my opinion, in Odegaard, Shaka and Smith Rowe. But then that's down to the coach. You know, 20 minutes in, at the latest, he should be getting the three of them and telling them to sit in the middle of the park, dig in, and let's get the ball back.
Right.
They didn't do that. They all stood up front beside Lacazette, and so Partey and Granit Xhaka are getting completely overrun. And he did nothing till half-time. So, yes, inexperienced, but I thought the manager could have changed a lot of things a lot sooner than he did.
Go on, Shaq.
I wanted to make that exact point that Stevie was making, that this is the Arsenal of old. And I say that because I look back on when Arsenal went to Wolves and won. They got a man sent off, but I remember how highly I praised them for that performance. And then they did that again at Villa, and everybody's talking about how they celebrated like they won so much. And as this game went on, and you see the frustrations of Arsenal, I was thinking the exact same thing as Stevie. This is the Arsenal of old. But you come to one of these old-fashioned grounds, and that's the thing that stood out to me. Selhurst Park is one of these old grounds where the crowd are right on top of you. Very different from Villa, very different from Wolves. And it just said, and Stevie, when he first spoke about the lack of experience in this squad. And I think all those things came together. That lack of experience, that crowd just being right on top of you and making it really difficult, making the atmosphere, make you really feel that atmosphere. And as a team, they just didn't know how to handle that, and they looked like the old Arsenal.
We'll talk about what this means for Arsenal's chance in the top four in a moment, but we've got to give some love to Patrick Vieira. I think we had an extra time question, didn't we, a few weeks ago, about whether or not he's in the conversation for Manager of the Year in the Premier League.
Well, he should be. You know, you're talking about a team that looks dangerous going forward, they're solid defensively, and they actually pass the ball. Those are three things that we have never even associated with Crystal Palace over the last 3 or 4 seasons. It's all about do nothing, don't make mistakes, Palace, and try and win 1-0. And at home with the crowd behind us, they managed to do that enough. This is not that Palace anymore. This is a team that has actually got some brains, it's got some football intelligence. I was wondering why he was sitting back in the second half. Particularly when I saw Shaka playing left back, my brain was telling me, right, get after Shaka, get Zaha over the other side and get after him. And they didn't, and I thought it was going to cost them. But you know what? They used their brains, they gave them nothing, they let them go wide. I mean, they just, without having the ball, they looked as though they were comfortable.
Your mate's doing well, Shaka.
He is. Extraordinarily well. Listen, and as much praise as we heap on him now, and I do remember that extra time question about Vieira, whether he's in the running or in the discussion at all. We have to remind ourselves where Palace were this time last season. When Vieira accepted the job in the summer, it was almost universal. Why are you taking that job? That is a poison chalice, is destined to go wrong, especially for a manager who is relatively inexperienced. And to see the job that he's done, it is simply outstanding. I thought he managed this game today, over 90 minutes, wonderfully well. And all the praise that he's getting is fully deserved.
And testament to his character that he's willing to step up and take this challenge, Frank.
Yes, that's absolutely incredible. You know, I saw him, you know, leading the club of Nice, coaching them, and improving every player that he had in charge. And what he's doing this season with Crystal Palace is absolutely fantastic. And don't forget that today it was a special game for him. He knew exactly what was at stake. You know, for Arsenal, if they won, they would have won against Crystal Palace. He was very calm. He didn't expose himself when they scored. He stayed tuned, and And as Stevie was saying, second half you would have thought that he would try to finish them. No, he decided to play 4-4-2, stayed back, play with the brain, counter-attack, make sure that you can kill the game at some point, but don't get too crazy, and make sure you secure the 2-0. That's exactly what happened. Job done, fantastic.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.